السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله, Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. I welcome you all to the class of Al-Arabiyya to Bayna Yadayk. And we are still in the Unit 1. This is the second part, inshallah ta'ala, of Unit 1. We have grammar, siyagul mubalaghah, qawaidul lugha, some rules of the language, al-amthila, udrus wa ta'ammal, study and ponder, examine, or ta'ammal could be ponder, examine. So he's teaching us Siyar al-Mubalagha. So what is Mubalagha is, it's similar to Ismul Fa'il. If you remember Ismul Fa'il, where the person does something, right? Like he's the doer of the action. Like Qatala, he killed. So how do you make a noun from that? You bring Ismul Fa'il, Qatilun. Or if it's more than 3 letters, you bring on the pattern of mo. In the starting, we'll get a mo, and the ending will, second last letter will have a kasra. Like Kassara, he smashed into pieces. So Mukassir. Jahada, Mujahid, the one who strives. Okay, so Mubalagha means the one who does that act a lot, right? So they have specific patterns, like there are 5 which are famous: Fa'al, Fa'il, Fa'ul, Fa'il, and Mif'al, right? There are some patterns like Ghafara. How do you make Ismul Fa'il from that? The one who forgives, Ghafir, which is used for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ghafir al-dhambi wa qabil al-tawbi shadidul liqabil al-tawl. Now that is used. But the one who forgives a lot, the 2 ways in Ghafara, Ghaffar and Ghafur. And Ghaffar, who forgives a lot, and Ghafur also, the one who forgives a lot. Both are used. So ultimately, it comes back to the usage of the Arabs. Generally, you could use it, but we have to look if they've used it. Like akala, to eat. The one who eats a lot is called akul or akal. Now, can I use mikal? You have to look at the Arab usage on the pattern mifal. So mikal or mikal, can you use that? So you have to look at the Arab's usage. So ultimately, it comes down to the usage of Arabs from what I understand. Allahu Akbar. Let's see what he says about it. Al-mu'minu sabiqun al-khairat. Sabaqa is to go ahead. So the person, the believer, is and going ahead with good things. That means he's doing the good things. He's eagerly doing the good things. So it comes from sabaqa, yasbiqu, to come, to be, or to come, to go, get, act, yeah, act. You could translate as act. Precede also. So moment precedes in acting and good deeds. For khairat is good deeds. So al-mu'minu sabbaqun ila al-khairat. So the view change the preposition also. Notice here, lil khairat, ila al-khairat. So I think we have to, it'll change this accordingly. Al-mu'minu sabbaqun. What is sabbaq now? The one who is a preceder. He's always, he does it all the time, right? He is doing that all the time. He is a precedent to the good things. That is, he is always the first one to do the good things. Al-aqilu qa'ilun ma yufid. The intelligent is the one who speaks. Qa'ilun, the one who speaks. Ma yufid, what is beneficial. Afada yufidu, yufid. So the intelligent one will not speak nonsense. He'll speak sense. Al-aqilu miqwalun. So qala yaqulu miqwalun. That is, he's always speaking what is beneficial. See, this is pattern of mif'al, like we said. Al-aduwu hasidun ghayrahu. The enemy is aduwu, is envious of apart from him. Others. And others you could say ghayrahu. Other people. Al-aduwu hasudun. So hasid, it has become hasud. So anytime you see these patterns, you should know that this is siyagul mubalagha. Ismul mubalagha. Hasud. Al-ibnu sami'un kalama walidayhi. The son is listening, is a listener to the speech of his parents. Walidayhi. Al-ibnu sami'un. He is for sure, he listens all the time. That meaning comes here. Sami' means like Allah is as-sami', the one who hears everything. Sami'un kalama walidayhi. He is always hearing the speech of his parents. An-najihu farihun bi najahihi. The successful one who passed the exam, he is, here it could be passed the exam. He is farihun. Fariha yafrahu, to be happy. Farih is the one who's happy. He is the one who's happy with his success. An-najihu farihun. See, hadir, fa'il. Fa'il pattern is also used. So this is also farihun bi najahihi. The successful one is the one who's always happy with his success. So he's explaining, he's giving the sharah. الشرح تأمل الأمثلة السابقة. Examine the previous examples. تجد أن ما تحته خط في همزة. You'll find what is underlined in Hamza. أسماء فاعلين. They are اسم فاعل, the nouns of the doer, the one who does the action. من الثلاثي وهي على وزن فاعل, and it is on the pattern of فاعل. It's all three letters, no? سابق, فاعل, حاسد, سامع, فاضح. It is on the pattern of fa'il, that is first root letter alif and then ain and lam. From, if you like, for example, la'iba, to play. How do you make a player? Like in English, we add er, no? In Arabic, for three letters, we'll say la'ib. Lam, ain, ba are the root letters. So lam, alif, ain, ba, la'ibun. وإذا, I'll go back to book 3, inshallah. He talked about ismul fa'il and all that. وإذا قارنت بين كل جملة, and if you compare, قارن يقارن, contrast, compare and contrast between each sentence from Hamza, وما يقابلها في با, in ba, وجدت أن المعنى هو نفسه, the meaning is the same, مع زيادة مبالغة. So the meaning plus emphasis. في الصفة, in the صفة. صفة is the description here, description that you're giving here. ففي, he's giving examples of سباق زيادة على سابق. So the one who, سابق is one who goes, okay, fine, but سباق has the more زيادة. وتأمل كيف أن وزن اسم الفاعل في همزة على فاعل بينما يقابله في باء جاء على 5 أوزان. نعم. In all the Hamza column, the first column or alif column, this is Hamza actually, but بينما يقابله في باء. So in Hamza and Ba, compare, in Hamza all of the patterns are coming on the pattern of fa'il, but here it's coming on 5 patterns. Khamsati awzan, 5 patterns. Fa'al. So you should memorize these patterns because these are the common ones. There are many actually, but many books they just teach you 5, and because these are the most common ones. Fa'al, sabbaq, mif'al, miqwal, fa'ul, hasud, fa'il, sami', fa'il, farih. وتسمى هذه صيغ المبالغة, and these are called صيغ. Forms of صيغة is forms of مبالغة. وإذا أريد باسم الفاعل المبالغة, if with the اسم الفاعل مبالغة حول إلى واحدة من هذه الصيغ. So if you say akil, he's just an eater, he eats, but you want to show he eats a lot, man. Every time I see him is eating, so you say akal or akul. So you will حول إلى واحدة من هذه الصيغ, you will turn it into these forms. وهي لا تصاغ إلا من الفعل الثلاثي. Can you do it from more than 3 letters? No. It is only formed from 3 letters. Remember that. Nam istaghfara. He is always seeking forgiveness. So how do you say mustaghfir? You cannot form like that. You have to use aktharu mustaghfiran, or you have to use akthar, or you have to use something limited. He's the most of the aksaru mustaghfirin. He is the most, or aksaru istighfarin. He has the most istighfar. So only from 3 letters. So siyagh al-mubalagha is only from 3 letters. Al-qaida. The rule is, qaida is, يحول اسم الفاعل من الثلاثي. So from 3 letters it is changed. حول يحول is to change. تحويل. يحول اسم الفاعل من الثلاثي, from 3 letters it is changed. إذا أريد به المبالغة. There's a lot of exaggeration. مبالغة, exaggeration, emphasis. What takthir or more. So what is the difference between mubalagha and takthir? Killing, for example, example. So one body, you're killing someone or an animal or whatever, you're smashing it, you're killing, you're stabbing that person or someone, but you're killing someone, some animal, some ferocious animal, you're stabbing it 10 times. That is mubalagha. So one animal, you're doing it severely, doing the action or cutting a rope, you're cutting it properly. One rope, you're cutting it many pieces. And takthir is what? One rope, you're cutting it only once, but you're cutting multiple ropes. So it could mean both. Like a killer, one who kills one person, he stabbed, he cut the body into pieces. I'm just giving an example. And the other is a massacre of the whole village. So both are, so one is mubalagha, one body, but multiple, strength is so high in it. And the second is takthir, he massacred the whole village. So that it could mean both. Like qattal could mean he's like a cold-blooded killer. or that is, he killed only one person, but still he's cold-blooded, he planned everything and all that. And the other is he massacred the whole village. So that is called takfir. One object with strength, or many objects but limited, I mean same strength, but he killed many. إلى صيغة من إحدى صيغ المبالغة التالية, from one of the forms of مبالغة التالية, from the following مبالغة, صيغ المبالغة, the forms of مبالغة, exaggeration. فعال, مفعال, فعول, فعيل, فعيل. You can remember some examples. So remember like this, you can remember غفار, غفور, رحيم, right? فعيل, رحيم, or Sami. Sami also you can remember. And Faul we've done. Mi'ata is the common example chosen from Ata, who gives a lot, is called Mi'ata. Mi'ata'un. And Hadir. Hadir. One who's very cautious. He's very paranoid. So that is called Hadir. So you can remember example. Ghaffar, Ghafoor, Sami', and then Mi'ata and Hadir. If you want to remember. That's how I remember. Just example. But yeah. If you want, you can remember fa'al, mifal, fa'ul, fa'il, fa'il. But it's just similar, no? So it's difficult to remember for a long time. وَكُلُّهَا سِيَغٌ سَمَاعِيَّةٌ, and these are all sama'iyya. No, I want to create my own. No. You have to go back and check if the Arabs have used it. You cannot just create, okay, Sami, I don't want to use Sami, let's use the, I want to use Samya, right? I want to use this pattern for this. No. You have to see if they've used, yeah, if they've used it, fine. Like Samma is used for Samma, for modern gadgets, what they'll do is they'll create on the pattern of Fa'ala. Fa'alatun. Like Ghasala is to wash. Now washing machine came, so how do you make a new word for it? So on the pattern of Fa'ala, Ghassala. So washing machine is what? Ghassala. Samma is this stethoscope. You hear this thing. Like that, it is very similar. نعم سماعية تعمل عمل اسم الفاعل, and will it do the action of اسم الفاعل? Yes, it will do the action of اسم الفاعل. Remember عمل, اسم الفاعل can take a file and can take an object also. So that is, it can do عمل of اسم الفاعل also بنفس شروطه, by the same conditions. So he gave some conditions in the last book, if you remember. If al comes, you can do without anything. Like حامد الضارب زيدا. See, Ad-daribu is the, imagine it's a verb. So it's taking mafulun bihi. Ad-daribu Zaidan. So Zaidan is mafulun bihi, object of what? Ad-daribu. Right? So Hamidun, Ad-daribu Zaidan is the hitter of Zaid. Or you can do it in different ways. You can make mudafun of daribu Zaidin, like that. But we can take an object. Mafulun bihi can come from Ad-daribu. If al comes. If it's not without al, then he gave some conditions in book 3. In the last, if you remember, that it should be dependent on something and all that. Mubtada, it should be dependent, it should depend on Mawsuf, conditions. Binafshi Shruti, by the same condition. Tadribat, istakhrij siyagil mubalagh. And it is very common in the Quran. So if you understand, you'll understand the intensity, the power of the verses. Inshallah. Wabayyin waznaha, and explain their wazn. وَلَا تُطِعْ كُلَّ حَلَّافٍ مَهِينٍ. And don't obey كُلَّ حَلَّافٍ. Hallaf is the one who takes oaths all the time. Ma'am, who takes oaths all the time, that's called an hallaf. وَلَا تُطِعْ أَطَاعِ يُطِعُ كُلَّ حَلَّافٍ مَهِينٍ. Maheen is insignificant one. Ma'am, worthless guy. And that comes from halifa, ahlifu billah. So it comes from halifa. Yeah, it comes from halafa yahlifu. Ahlifu. Yeah. Halafa yahlifu. Halafa yahlifu. Hilf. Hilful fudul. Half or hilf, to swear. Halif. And mahin, it comes from mim, ha, noon. So mahina, I don't mahina. Mahana yamhunu, to serve, to humble. Mahana yamhunu, to be degraded. Mahana. With a ha. Mahana yamhunu. Like Mihna is an occupation. No? So Mahana is also to serve, humiliate, humiliation. Jobs are, they've used the same root letter for jobs because you're serving someone. Okay. Hammazin masha'im binamim. Who is a Hammaz? The next verse goes on. Hammaz, defamer. He defames everyone. He does not, scorner also, who scorns people, scolds people. Hammaz. And Masha, Masha is to walk. So the one who walks is called mashin. What is this pattern? Fa'al. This is also fa'al. Masha is also fa'al. Who's walking? But he's not walking like that. He's walking with tattletailing stories. Namim is gossip, malicious gossip. He's gossiping people. So he's walking with gossip. Na'udhu billah. Now, this is how be namim. Namim is gossip. Namima, tattletailing. Manna'il khayri. Continuous verse, no? Suratul Qalam. Manna'il khayri. This guy stops good. Wherever he sees, oh, fa'al again. Manna is to prevent. Mana ibn Mani', okay, stop. But this guy is always stopping. Oh, if anybody wants to do good, oh, don't give charity. Don't do this, don't do that. Manna'il khayri. He is the stopper of good. Mu'tadin lil athim. I'tada ya'tadi is to be one who is transgressing. So the mu'tadin is the ismul fa'il. Why does it have kasra? It's called manqus, no? He taught in the books. If it has a ya at the end, qada yaqdi qadin, the ya will drop. But if you bring an al, the ya comes back. So without al, the alif lam, there'll be no ya. It'll be mu'tadin, qadin, like that. It's called manqus. Manqus. Yeah, manqus. Madina book 3, lesson 1 teaches all this. Manqus. Athim, see? Fa'il again, one more pattern. Fa'il. So now very common in the Quran. Fa'il. Fa'il is what? Athim. So athima is to sin. But this guy he's sinning a lot. So it's called athim, fa'il. A lot sinful, transgression and sinful. وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ سَمِيعٌ بَصِيرٌ. And Allah is Sami' and Basir. The all hearer and the all seer. Sami', fa'il. This is all on the pattern of fa'il. He listens everything and listens all things. He doesn't need anything to listen like that. Sami' Basir. Hatim. Minharun. Hatim. This is Hatim Ta'i. Hatimun minharun aghnamahu lidayfihi. Minhar. Nahara yanharu nahir. The one who slaughters. So aghnamahu, his sheep, his cattle. He is ghanam aghnam. This guy is a minhar. He is always slaughtering animals. That means so many guests come to his place. So he's always slaughtering animals for his guests. This comes from ghain, noon, and mim. Ghanam, aghnam, cattle, sheep. There's a verb also, ghanima yaghnamu, to gain something. To gain something. Ghanman, to capture something. And then ghanam as a noun is used for sheep. Sheep or small cattle are also called aghnam. Goats also it includes. Inna mukhlisun wa hammalu humumi ummatihi. Innahu, indeed he, innahu mukhlisun, indeed he is mukhlis, sincere. Wa hammalu, and he is the carrier, always carrying. Hammal, hamila yahmalu, or hamala yahmilu, hamala yahmilu, hammal, hamil, hammal, is always carrying the worries of his ummah. That is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hammalu humum. Humum is the worries, anxiety, pressures. It comes from the verb hamma yahummu hammun, or hamman, and mahammatun is also to make uneasy, anxiety, distress. Hammun. Ham, and the plural is humum. So the pattern is hammal, fa'al. Yu'tal hadiru min ma'manihi. Yu'ta, the most cautious one, is given from his ma'man, from the place of security. So from what I understand, what this means is he's very cautious, but the things or the people he trusts, those people only deceive him. Nah. I mean, he gets blindsided. From his ma'man is a place, ismul makan, from amina ya'manu. So what does it mean? Yu'tal hadiru min ma'mani. That's a saying. So you're so cautious. Hadir is fa'il. He's a very cautious guy, but he has a weak link. He trusts someone or something or whatever. From there itself, the problem comes. Now, al-mu'minu kayyisun. Al-fatinun. I don't know what kayyis means. This comes from kasa yakisu, kaisun, to be smart, clever. I was thinking kasa yaksu is to wear something. It's not kasa. It's from kasa yakisu, to be smart, intelligent. Kayyis. So this is fatin is used. Kayyis is a smart guy, but fatin is hadir. Fatin with a ta, not with a ta. Fatin is one who's expert. No, he is skillful. It comes from fatina. Fatina yaftanu, to be or become clever, smart. Similar meaning. So he's smart and skillful, bright. Fitna is also called fitna with a ta, that means expertness, cleverness. Cleverness, astuteness. لا تعطي الصغير مالا فهو متلاف له. Don't give the small one, the young one, money while he is, because he will be destroying it. Atlafa yutlifu is to destroy, and then he'll use it wastefully, what do you call, extravagantly. Mitlaf, atlafa itlaf. He will waste it. So this is mif'al. هذا التاجر تماع لا يقنع بالربح القليل. This tajir is tamma'. Tama is to hope. This guy is very hopeful, greedy, you could say. Tamya, desirous, greedy. He's ambitious. Tama, greedy. Yeah. So this guy is this trader is tama. He's greedy. He la yaqna'u qana'a yaqna'u is to be satisfied. He's not satisfied. He's not content by small profit, by little profit. He wants big profit, ambitious guy, greedy fellow. Okay, next exercise is حول ما تحته خط في الجمل الآتية إلى صيغ المبالغة وبين وزنها. You have to change them into صيغ المبالغة. القاضي العادل يعطي الناس حقوقهم. The good judge, عادل, the just judge, he gives the people his rights. يعطي الناس حقوقهم, their rights. So what you have to do is يعطي, and we learned معطاء. So use معطاء, and then you have to bring it as مضاف مضاف إليه. نعم, مضاف مضاف إليه. أو القاضي العادي معطاء الناس حقوقهم. معطاء الناس. We can do معطاء الناس also. We can do it both because it can take an object, no? So just change. Let's just change this to يعطي. It becomes معطاء. القاضي العادل معطاء الناس حقوقهم. الطيب يترك مصادقة الخبيث. صادقة يصادق, to make friends. The good guy, the nice one, he leaves the friendships of the evil ones. Musadaqa. So taraka, we can use tarak. I don't think tarak is used. Fa'al, fa'il, tariq. Mitrak, I think. Mitrak is used. Oh, you can use tarak. Okay. In the answers, they've used tarak. At-tayyibu taraku. Tarakun musadaqatal khabithi. The good guy is always leaving the friendship of evil people. Al-mushtahidu fahima darsahu. The hardworking one is understanding his lesson. So al-mushtahidu fahimun darsahu. Fahim. You can use fahim, no? The hardworking one is always understanding his lesson. Al-talibu yashkuru muallimahu. The student thanks his teacher. So al-talibu shakurun muallimahu. Shakurun. The student is always thanking his teacher. Sa'idun yahduru fi aqwalihi. Yahduru. I don't know hadara. I think stammers, but I'm not sure. I'm just guessing. Hadara. It's not from ha, it's from hadal. Hadara yahduru. Babble. Yeah, talk nonsense. Blurt. He's babbling. So Sa'id yahduru is babbling in his speech. He's prattling, that he's not speaking correctly. Is a child, maybe Sa'id. So yahduru fi aqwali. So he's always babbling, making some nonsense sounds, blurting out. So yahduru hadhar. What they use in the answer? Mihdar. Okay, fine. We can use mihdar. Mihdarun fi aqwali. Mihdar. He's always babbling about, prattling about. Al-mudiru jala fi aqsami idaratihi. The principle jala yajulu is to travel. في أقسام إدارته قسم is a section. Now, أقسام, the different sections of his إدارة, organization, of his company, whatever. المدير جوال. جوال is used, no? جوال, mobile phone is called جوال فعال because it's mobile. So جوال في أقسام إدارته. المحسنون بنوا بيوتا للمساكين. للمساكين للمساكين. The محسنون, the generous ones, the good people, they built buyutan. So they're always building. So bannauna. You have to use plural. Bannauna. How do you write bannauna? Banna with the tajdeed. This is a tajdeed. Now we have to give. Remember the rules of Hamzas. Kasra wins always, and then Dhamma wins, and then Fatha wins. So the previous letter has a sukun, and then the Hamza itself has this thing. So bannauna. Hamza has a Dhamma. So Hamza will get a seat of wow because Dhamma wins with sukun, no? Bannauna. Like this. Banna, because the Hamza is being elongated. So we say bannauna. That's how. I can delete this. So it becomes like this, bannaun. And because it's plural, we use plural, bannaun. They're always building. Good people, they're always building houses for the poor. Masakin. Al-maridu sabara ala ma asabahu. The sick ones had patience of what afflicted him, all the diseases, his patient guy. So al-maridu, sabur. Yeah, we can use sabur, sabbar, sabur. Saburun ala ma asabahu. Sabur. He's always patient. He has a lot of patience. الظالم منع الضعيف حقه. The oppressive one, he prevented the weak person from his right. So مناع الضعيف. The zalim is always prevented. This guy is always stopping the weak people from getting their rights. Al-abu yadfa'u al-adha an awladihi. The father defends, prevents harm. Dafa pushes. Dafa is to push. So pushes the harm away from his children. Al-abu dafa. Yeah, dafa'u al-adha an awladihi. Okay, he's always pushing it back. Yeah? So very common in the Quran. Once you understand it, it becomes beautiful. The language becomes beautiful because you can understand. حول أسماء الفاعلين التي تحتها خطوط لصيغ المبالغة وبين وزنها. Same exercise again, more sentences. This is negative now. I mean, it doesn't matter. ما سامع المهمل نصيحة معلمه. He's giving more exercises just to fill the pages, I guess. ما سامع because generally they give 4 exercises before they stop. Yeah. See, 4 exercises. ما سامع المهمل نصيحة معلمه. The ignorant ones, the neglectful ones, is not hearing. So ما سمع نصيحة معلمه is not listening to the advice of معلم. العاقل شاكر نعم ربه عليه. Aqil, the intelligent one, is the thankful one of the blessings of his Lord on him. So Shakir Shakur. Allahu kashifun durra abdihi. Allah will remove kashif, my name. They will remove the harm of his slave. So kashifun, you can use kashaf. Yeah, kashaf. Kashaf. Always removing. Allah will always remove the harm. No. Ashahidu sadiqun fi qawlihi. Ashahidu saduqun fi qawlihi. He is the most truthful in his speech. The witness. Kun sabidan ala adha jarik. Be patient on the harm of your neighbor. Kun saburan ala adha jarik. Nam sabur. Al-Muslimu waqifun inda hududillah. Al-Muslim waquf or waqaf. The Muslim is always standing on the limits of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's not crossing it. So waquf or waqaf. Kun hadiran. Kun hadiran. We can use hadir. Min al-wuqu'i fima yadurruk. Be cautious of in falling which will harm you. Hada sayfun qati'un. This is a sharp knife, sharp sword. Sorry, knife. Sharp sword. Qati'un. So qatta'. This is very sharp. It will cut everyone. It's just sharp. Qatta'. هذا سيف قطاع. زيد سابق إلى الفعل الخيرات. Zaid is always ahead in doing good things. زيد سباق إلى فعل الخيرات. You can have the effect, right? Is سباق. أقائم بواجبتك يا عدنان. Are you doing your responsibility, يا عدنان? So أقوام بواجبتك يا عدنان. Right? Are you establishing your duty, wajib. Your duty. Are you the one who is standing for his duty? Oh, Adnan. Again, change it, same thing. But it's reverse now. Reverse, صيغ المبالغة change it to اسم الفاعل. إلى أسماء الفاعلين. السباق إلى ما يضرك. تراك ما ينفعك. Are you going ahead to what harms you, leaving what benefits you? So you're doing the opposite. السباق إلى ما يضرك تراك ما ينفعك. We can say to that to a teenager or someone. So how do you say سباق سابق? تراك تارك. سابق إلى ما يضرك تارك ما ينفعك. كن بذالا المعروفة. كن بذالا. بذلا is to spend, give. So always be the one who spends good. That means he badala yabdulu. How do you translate this? Yeah, give or spend really generous. Be generous in good. Generous, you could say. Badal. So badil. Ismul file was badil. It only comes on 3 letters, remember. لا تحجم وكن مقداما. لا تحجم. Don't crowd, I think. Hajama. So this is ahjama yuhjimu from 4. Hajama yahjumu is to cup. Ahjama is to flinch. La tuhjim, not crowd, but don't refrain, withdraw. Don't withdraw. Wakun miqdaman, and don't go back. La tuhjim. So you can say to the other army soldier, don't go back. Go kun miqdaman. Go always ahead. Don't retrace your steps back. Miqdaman, kun qadiman. No? Kun qadiman. So this is from hajama yahjumu is to cup, like hijama. But ahjama yuhjimu is to go back, recoil. Rafiqun kulla sanna'in lil khair. Rafiq, oh, this is Amr. Rafiq kulla sanna'in lil khair. Make friends. Rafiq. Make friends of everyone who does good. Kulla sanna'. So kulla sani'an. Kulla sani'an sa'. Kulla sani'in lil khair. Rafiq kulla sani'. You're doing reverse, right? نحب كل سوام قوام. We love everyone who fasts a lot and who stands a lot in salah. So نحب كل صائم قائم. كن مصيادا للفرص. Be مصياد. صاد يسود. مصياد. Sa'id. So this is, does he mean hunt? This is for us. I was reading as far as it's for us, opportunities. That's what why was he saying always keep hunting horses. Kun misyadan lil furasi. Always be on hunting. So sada yasidu, said is to hunt. So always be a hunter for opportunities. Keep looking for opportunities. So kun misyadan will become kun sa'idan lil furasi. Sada yasidu sa'id. Be a hunter for opportunities. La takun lawaman sahibak. Don't be the one who's blaming lama yalumu, blaming his friend, companion. So lawam la'iman. La takun la'iman. Kun saduqan fi aqwalik. Be truthful in your speech. So kun sadiqan fi aqwalik. Aqwal. Kunu manna'ina lishar. Be the ones, you all be the ones who are preventing the bad things. Manna'. Mani'ina. Manna' will become mani'una, mani'ina. Plural, no? Kun hadiran min al-ma'asi. Be aware, be cautious of sins. So kun hadir. Hadir. Fa'il. Hadiran min al-ma'asi. Be cautious, okay? Be cautious. But if you want to bring more emphasis, you'll say kun hadiran. Hadir. Now with that, we are done with today's lesson. We have fahmul masmu'. Lot of fahmul masmu'. And then التعبير المتقدم, المحاورة, المناظرة. Just some practice. And then another قواعد اللغة is صفة المشبهة. صفة المشبهة after فهم المسموع. So I think it'll take us 4 to 5 classes, I guess. And then قراءة الموسعة is also huge. then tadribat from the Qiraat Muwassa. 6 classes, I think. Oh, then there's Kitaba also. 6. Ah, Kitaba's exercise. So everything is given in one. Uh, a long session waiting for us because this is book 4 now. It'll be a long time before we finish this book, I guess. A lot of practice. Okay, we've done Siyagul Mubalaghah today. We'll use Fahmul Masmu, inshallah, in our next class. Barakallahu feekum, Jazakallahu Khairan, Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.